were excited when the Better Meat Co. contracted with Barnum Mechanical and Automation Group to build their new production facility. We knew designing an automated processing facility requires flexibility in the design and the ability to constantly improve the system with things the customer discovers through their continuing R&D efforts. The Better Meat Co.'s CEO, Paul Shapiro, literally wrote the book on clean meat. I'm not kidding. When he's not writing books, he's podcasting, giving interviews, and otherwise talking about revolutionizing the meat industry and its importance to the planet. We asked Paul to explain his vision and how the process system will help his team achieve that vision. Tell us how you got into the sustainable food space.
Well, the planet isn't getting any bigger. Humanity's footprint is getting a lot bigger on the planet, but the planet is not getting any bigger. And one of the primary ways that we leave that footprint is through our food print, principally in the amount of meat that we eat. And so it just takes a lot of land, a lot of water, a lot of greenhouse gas emissions and more to raise and slaughter billions of animals for food. And so the question is, can we create meat without animals? And the short answer is yes. Through fungi fermentation, we can recreate that meat experience, the same experience that people love, but without such a heavy footprint on the planet. I started the Better Meat Co. because of a desire to satiate humanity's meat tooth without having to use animals.
What is the dream for the Better Meat Co.?
But the future of meat is not going to consist of raising and slaughtering billions of animals. Instead, we envision a fermentation-fueled future, a future where humanity can enjoy all of the meat that it wants to eat produced through fermenters rather than through slaughter plants. And so the dream for the Better Meat Co. is to create a new kind of meat industry, an industry that allows us to continue eating the way that we want to eat, but without so much damage to the planet in the process.
Describe the attributes of the processing systems that the Better Meat Co. will need to achieve this dream.
Well, we need a lot of steel. And so what we have built here in Sacramento is a state-of-the-art mycoprotein fermentation facility that really looks kind of like a beer brewery, except we're not brewing beer. We're brewing a delicious whole food protein that has more protein than eggs, more iron than beef, and is a really delicious product that has a meat-like texture.
In the processing and fermenting worlds, companies need to create a proof of concept, generally in several sizing stages before they build a full-scale processing facility. How did BMI and AG help in this process?
At the Better Meat Co., we have been building the plane while in the air, and Barnum was very helpful for us in doing that because many of the decisions that we wanted to make about our plant had not been made when we began the design, even the build process. And so Barnum was very helpful in keeping us agile and in helping us make informed decisions that would enable us to actually create a plane that would fly.
Why did you select Barnum and Automation Group as partners to build your system?
There's not a lot of folks out there who have mycoprotein fermentation experience, but Barnum, as an EPC, did have a lot of fermentation experience, having built facilities both in the beer brewing industry and in the plant-based dairy industry as well. And so Barnum's expertise and experience in the fermentation world was one of the reasons that led us to work with them.
What is the role automation plays in your full-scale production?
We need lots of flexibility and variability in our facility because everything that we're doing on our pilot scale is designed to inform what we may do at our future fermentation facility. And so we don't want just one process that we could lock in here, but so what we've done with Barnum and with Automation Group is to create a plant that actually has a lot of flexibility in terms of what we're able to do, how we can change processes pretty easily. And that's not the type of thing that you want to be experimenting with at a full-scale commercial plant.
How has automation added value or will add to your production facility as you grow?
Well, it's no secret that there are a lot of labor shortages, so if you can afford to add automation, it's a good idea to do it. Another problem is even without labor shortages, it's just we're all human. We make errors, and it can help to prevent human error when you don't have humans who are making all of the decisions.
How did Barnum help the Better Meat Co. refine the design of your custom bioreactor?
Barnum worked with us to create the bioreactor design that we thought would be the most efficient in reduction of OpEx.
What production capabilities or system technologies were a priority for your production facility and its operators?
It's really important for us to have easy and efficient ways to SIP and CIP everything in here.
Describe how the process system's flexibility helps you incorporate changes while you continue to develop your products and processes.
Well, as an example, we're experimenting with different types of feedstock for our fermentation, and the system that Barnum and Automation Group helped to build allows us to experiment simultaneously with different types of feedstock so that we can sterilize different media in order to run different types of fermentations.
What metrics do you consider to be the most important to evaluate manufacturing processes?
Well, we want to make sure that we can produce a cost-effective product. That means the lowest possible utilities, and it also means product that is not variable, that is going to come out the same every single time, and that's what we've built.
How did Barnum and AG help you design your process systems?
Well, we have never built a fermentation plant before, whereas Barnum and Automation Group had. And so they had a lot of experience that was very helpful in informing the decisions that we would end up making. And many of those decisions I don't think would have been so simple for us to figure out on our own. So it wasn't just that we told Barnum what we wanted to do and they went out and designed and built it. They were partners with us in helping us decide what type of a design we wanted in the first place.
What has changed since the system was installed, and how do you envision BMI and AG will continue to support your efforts in the future?
We've continually made refinements. So, for example, some of our downstream processes are different today than when we first when we first commissioned the plant. And so that has been a process of trial and error for us. And there were certain things that, frankly, we couldn't afford in the beginning that now we could afford to spend a little bit more on. And so we have continually upgraded things as the company has had greater access to capital.
How do you envision the Automation Group continuing to support your efforts in the future?
Well, our team is on the phone with Automation Group pretty frequently, so it's a pretty regular basis that the Better Meat Co. and Automation Group are working together to continually refine and add and augment to our automation capacities.
What's next on the horizon for the Better Meat Co.?
The Better Meat Co. is partnering with companies like Hormel and others to take the mycoprotein that we create and turn it into really delicious products like animal-free deli slices, foie gras, bacon, and more. And so we're excited about bringing to the world a new type of alternative meat. If you think about alternative meat today, 99% of it is made from pea, wheat, or soy. And I don't have anything against those three products, but they have one thing in common. Pea, wheat, and soy are all plants. What we're doing is utilizing the power of fungi fermentation to create the next generation of alternative meats. And I think that they will be so good, they'll be so delicious, they'll be so economic that they will not be alternative meats. They will just be mainstream.